I think how the team started out last year, and then at some point in the second half of the season, they found their rhythm and they were able to get some results. This year, obviously, me being a new coach, maybe a different style of play, maybe a different philosophy. We worked a lot in preseason in terms of how we want to play and how we want to approach the game, both in, on the ball, against the ball, and obviously with set pieces. So the result is what you're seeing. Have we played our best in the first two games? Absolutely not. I think the better play is yet to come from DC Power. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Um, Next question. Are you okay if we jump right in or?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Please go right ahead.
Okay. Next question. So, what are your personal strengths as like a coach, and what do you think that can bring into the new season?
I think a clear way of playing and clarifying everybody's responsibility, roles on the team, from player 1 to player 22, knowing, obviously when they're on the field, uh, in terms of their positions, what their responsibilities are, and what are we looking to gain over other teams. So just clarity and making sure that everybody understands. Some of it I like to do by, letting the players kind of discover things on their own and they own it. And some of the things are ideas that I will give them, and then they can improvise based on those ideas. But it's never going to be where it's my way or the highway. It's just a combination of them discovering within the parameters that we want to work what works best for them.
Okay. Okay. So, to keep going, I would like to ask which players have shown the most growth this season and why? Well, in the off season, preseason.
Yeah, I mean, it's still very early to say which players have shown growth because, obviously I didn't spend the time with the players last year, but some of the players that I will say that have come in and they're new, like an Alexis Theoret or Ellie Gilbert, they've shown promise, and they look like they could be pros. Um, and it all depends on them whether they stay at this level or they make the jump to the next level. It's about their willingness to have that growth mindset and willingness to learn every day and get better.
Okay. Um. Oh. Also, based off of offense and defense, what are the areas you're thinking you need to improve for this team to be more successful, or do you feel like y'all are pretty solid so far?
No, I think we need to improve at every phase of the game. Like I said, we need to improve in our possession. So being better on the ball, establishing a rhythm during games, dictating the tempo, and then against the ball, how do we defend? We want to minimize opportunities for the other teams. We want to minimize goals that we give up. So we have to work on all phases of the game. It's never just one phase or the other.
Okay, that sounds great. I have one more question for you, and then I'll be done. So, how do you feel? This is more of like a worldwide question. How do you feel the growth of women's soccer globally is impacting your club?
Well, obviously, the women's game is growing by leaps and bounds, and we are a new club that's trying to find itself in this market. And I think slowly people will be familiarized with the name and the brand and obviously our team. And the more successful we are, the more attraction we'll have. But I feel in general the women's game is growing so much that both the NWSL and this Super League we're growing by leaps and bounds, and DC Power wants to be at the forefront of the women's game.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you so much for your time. Those were all my questions for today.
Okay, thank you.
I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
So, new signing, Deja Torber, is here with the team, training, getting into the groove of things. How has that adjustment been so far? And do you think she'll be ready to play on Friday? And how do you see her contributing moving forward throughout the season?
Yeah, so Deja came in and trained with us for a period of 10 days. So we were able to see her up close and what qualities she can bring to the team, and we liked her right away. It took some time to get her across the line with contracts and signing her, but she's a player that can contribute in a lot of different ways. She's very flexible. She can play, down the middle. She can play on the flank, but her athleticism, her ability to go to goal and create, goal scoring opportunities is what's going to help us out. As far as her role this weekend, is she ready? She's not 100%, but I think she will play a role this weekend.
Awesome. Can you speak on her chemistry with Ellie Gilbert? I know Margie Truzio and her also played together for a short period of time.
Yeah.
But her and Ellie had more time on the pitch together.
Yeah, it seems like they're connecting well. Anytime you have players that have played a significant amount of time together, that chemistry is going to be there, and I see that on the field. So we're going to try to take advantage of that as much as possible, and try to pair them up in situations where they can connect with each other and help the team out.
Yeah, and then in terms of some injury updates, do you have an update on Claire's status moving to Friday?
Yeah, Claire will be out. Her injury, thankfully, is not as serious as once thought, but she'll be out for a considerable amount of time. I don't know exactly what that time period is, but we're looking at 3 to 4 weeks minimum. We also have a situation with Anna Bagley, who has fractured her wrist. She's going to be limited in terms of what she can do in training, and once that cast comes off, then she'll be ready to play.
Yeah. Speak on, if you don't mind, how you expect some other players to step up on that back line, as well as where Anna was in that starting spot. With both of them being such a big part of the team.
Yeah, so we have a lot of players that can fill the role. From day one when I came in, I told the players that I count on every single one of them. It's the next player up, right? That type of mentality. If Anna is out, obviously Deja's come in as a new player, so we can shift things around and put a player in where Anna was playing. So it's just a matter of who's performing well on the training pitch, and then selection comes pretty much automatically. I always think the team picks itself based on how they perform in training.